Philadelphia News, team of my heart.
There are moments in a season that nobody plans for. Moments that feel like the end of everything. Like the universe just pulled the floor from under your feet and left you standing over an abyss. The Philadelphia 76ers are living through one of those moments right now. And somewhere inside that chaos, buried under the headlines, the panic, and the emergency meetings in the front office, there is a story that nobody is telling. A story about a player who has been waiting in the shadows, watching, learning, staying ready, and now the door just swung wide open. But before we get to him, we need to talk about the trade, because everything, absolutely everything, starts there. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll look at the Sixers situation in a completely different way. If you're new here, hit subscribe right now, because we cover the Philadelphia 76ers like nobody else. Let's go. When the news broke that the franchise cornerstone was heading into emergency surgery, the entire city of Philadelphia went silent. Social media froze, group chats exploded. Every single analyst on television started writing the Sixers' obituary in real time. The message was clear: the season is over. Pack it up, start planning for the lottery. And here's the thing, on the surface, that reaction made total sense. You don't lose a generational talent to a medical emergency and just keep walking. That's not how this league works. When your best player goes down, everything collapses. That's the rule. But rules exist to be broken, and the Philadelphia 76ers might be in the process of breaking one of the biggest rules in basketball right now. Here's why. Before the injury became public knowledge, there had already been quiet conversations happening behind closed doors. Multiple league sources had been whispering about a possible trade move, something that could reshape the Sixers' rotation and give the coaching staff more flexibility heading into the stretch run. Nobody took it seriously at the time, because why would you? The team looked like it had a clear path forward. Then everything changed in a single moment, and suddenly that trade talk went from background noise to the loudest conversation in the building. The question now isn't whether a trade makes sense. The question is what that trade means for the players already on the roster. And more specifically, what it means for one young man who has been knocking on the door of stardom for 2 years. Think about what it feels like to be a young player on a team built around one dominant star. Every system, every practice rep, every play call is designed around one person. Your role is defined, your minutes are capped, your development is controlled. You exist to support the main character, not to be one. And then one day, without warning, the main character disappears. The spotlight swings around the room looking for someone to land on, and it lands on you. What do you do with that moment? Do you shrink? Do you disappear into the background and hope nobody notices? Or do you step into the light and show the world exactly what you've been building in silence? That is the exact crossroads we're standing at right now with this Sixers team. And one player, specifically, is staring down that question with everything on the line. Here's what you need to understand about the player we're discussing, and I'm going to hold his name back until the very end of this video because I want you to feel this story the way I'm laying it out. This is a player who stands nearly 7 feet tall, a player with the athleticism to change a possession in less than a second, a player who in limited minutes over the past 2 seasons has flashed the kind of potential that makes scouts stop mid-sentence and rewind the tape. His defensive instincts are elite, his motor never stops, and the numbers, when he's been given real minutes, have been nothing short of jaw-dropping. Over the final 7 games of last season, when injuries forced the coaching staff to hand him a starting role, he averaged over 15 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 blocks per game, while shooting above 70% from the floor. 70%! Let that number sit with you for a second.
Now here's where the trade angle becomes critical. If the front office decides to make a move, and every indication suggests they're seriously considering it, The incoming player could either push this young prospect further down the depth chart or create the perfect environment for him to finally explode. And based on the profiles being connected to Philadelphia in recent reports, the latter scenario looks far more likely. A trade that brings in a guard or wing scorer would actually create space for a physical, energetic big man to thrive in the pick and roll, to dominate the glass, and to be the defensive anchor this team desperately needs. The chess pieces are aligning in a way that nobody expected, and the player standing at the center of it all might not even fully realize what's happening around him yet. This is what makes basketball so addictive. One surgery, one phone call to the front office, one trade, and the entire trajectory of a franchise shifts overnight. The team that looked finished 48 hours ago is now sitting on top of one of the most fascinating storylines in the entire NBA. A young player ready to prove himself, a trade that could define the next 5 years of Sixers basketball, a fan base starved for something to believe in, and a coaching staff that has been through enough chaos to know that sometimes the nightmare scenario is exactly the setup you needed to discover something you never would have found otherwise. That is exactly where Philadelphia is right now. Here's what I'm asking you to do. I want you to watch the next 10 games with this lens. Watch how the rotation shifts. Watch where the minutes go. Watch who shows up when the pressure is highest and the margin for error is smallest. Because the player we've been talking about, the one who's been waiting, grinding, staying ready, he is about to show you who he really is. And when he does, you're gonna come back to this video and remember that we called it. The Sixers aren't done. They're not finished. They're just getting started in a direction nobody predicted. And sometimes that's exactly what a team needs. If this video made you think differently about what's happening in Philadelphia right now, drop a comment below. Tell me, do you think this player can step up and carry the load? Do you think the trade happens? Drop your predictions below. I read every single one. Hit the like button if you want to see more Sixers content like this, and subscribe if you haven't already, because we're going to be covering every single move this team makes from now until the last buzzer of the season sounds. Don't miss it. The player we've been talking about this entire time, the young big man with elite defensive tools, the motor that never stops, and the potential to turn a nightmare into a dream, is Adam Bona.